This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. A trail of clues, a ticking clock, and then an ad? That's not how this story goes. Solve the case without distractions. For just $4 a month, Fable and Folly Plus keeps your mysteries suspenseful and ad-free. Sign up now at fableandfolly.com/plus. The truth awaits.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Table talk.
Table talk. Table talk. Table talk. Table talk.
Tunes. Welcome to Tabletop Tunes, the improvised musical RPG. I'm Greg.
I'm Gabe. I'm Sean.
And I'm Mary Lou. Thank you so much for joining us at the table.
Woo.
How's everybody doing? What's our weeks like? Any nat 1s, nat 20s?
Well, it was Easter this week.
It was.
Hallelujah.
To date this recording.
Don't want to date the recording or anything, but it was Easter, and so I did a little egg hunt myself.
Nice.
Did you? What'd you
Yes.
find?
If you can believe it, eggs.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing in them, just eggs?
No, I wish there was mayonnaise in
Where
them,
did you-
but
I'm
it was
sorry,
like candy
what?
and stuff.
What?
You wish you went on an egg hunt and found mayonnaise in those eggs?
Could be pretty magical, right?
You know that mayonnaise is made of eggs.
Damn it, now we have to introduce our special guest.
Please welcome, she's a comedian and a trans educator. It's Sara Caplan.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm so happy to be at the table.
Well,
Thank
Oh,
you for
thanks for
joining
being-
us.
Coming in strong with takes on mayo and eggs.
I
It's
don't know
not
if
a
it's
take.
if it's
just a fact.
Just
Hot
a
take.
fact.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise is made from eggs, but I really don't want that to distract us from what Sean said, which was weird. That you hope
maybe
you
we can-
found
That-
mayonnaise in the egg.
Yeah,
Now,
that was
Sean,
weird.
are you talking about a chicken egg or are you talking about a plastic Easter egg?
For the longest time, I
Both
thought
are
mayonnaise,
weird.
Both are weird.
I thought mayonnaise was dairy-based.
And I don't blame you. I don't blame
I
you.
hear that. No, I hear that.
Right? Because it's one thing like tartar sauce, ranch dressing. They seem similar, but they're not. One is buttermilk and one is mayonnaise-based, right?
Okay.
I don't
And
know.
that's me skirting the question.
And
Do you know what mayonnaise is?
Yes, it's eggs and oil and all that stuff.
It's
Sarah
just
said
one
it
more
was-
ingredient.
Sarah said it was eggs.
Salt.
Okay,
Vinegar?
fine. 2 more ingredients. Yeah,
Vinegar?
vinegar, a lemon juice, any kind of acid. That's what gets the
Acid.
magic going.
Curdle.
Wow.
Interesting. So
I
it's,
love mayonnaise.
it's kind of like hollandaise sauce, but with less butter.
We're not
Sarah.
leaving this topic. No. Where did you want to find the mayonnaise?
I just think it would have been interesting if one of the eggs had mayonnaise.
No,
in
you
it.
don't.
I just
You
wanna-
don't think that.
I just want to give a shout out to Sean for demonstrating what a nat 1 would look like.
Damn.
This fallout was Sean's nat one.
That's
of
what
the
all my
week.
friends say to me whenever they're like, "Oh, dude, that was a nat one." Every time I make a joke, every time I
man.
bring up a fun little
That's
story.
harsh. That's tough.
Ouch.
That was a nat one.
Hey,
Yeah,
speaking of,
that's
Sarah, do you have
rough.
any nat 1s or nat 20s that you've experienced lately or recently?
Lately or recently.
Yeah, lately or
recently, in the past short while. I would
As
say
of
was
late.
given a yeah, all those things.
Yeah, I posted a video doing a basic intro philosophy exercise about chairs, and it took me from 1,000 Instagram followers to 29,000, and I'd consider that.
That
That's
is
a
a
crit.
nat 20.
That's
yeah,
a significant nat 20.
success.
I don't want you
Awesome.
to spoil your content on mic, but for someone who hasn't seen this video, would you be willing to give sort of a broad top-down overview of what this exercise is?
Yeah.
Or you're just like, go watch my Instagram, dummies.
Yeah, right.
I'll give you a broad overview. So chair is like a common example used to demonstrate a broad concept, which is that like categories are fuzzy and defining words is actually very impossible.
Right.
So it's something like everybody knows what a chair is.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
sitting on one.
I am too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the exercise I did was showing the audience. This was a clip from a one-woman show I did called "What is a Woman? A One-Woman Question Mark Show," where
That's a riff on Matt Walsh's.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
and I was showing the audience a series of pictures of objects that the audience was to tell me, is this or is this not a chair? And the point is, that's a simple word. We all know what chairs are, and yet there's just so many edge cases where like half of this smart English-speaking audience that lives in the same city as each other is saying confidently, not a chair, and half is saying, yes, that's a chair.
It was contentious.
It was contentious.
The vibes because Mary Lou and I were both there. The
Mhm.
vibes were strong.
Contentious.
Raucous.
They were strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the joke that I liked that I hadn't heard before was like define a chair, and someone said, okay, it's like a seat with 4 legs
Right,
and a
sure.
back. And someone said, okay, so a horse is a chair.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Horse don't got
Okay.
a back.
Horse
Horses
has
have
backs.
backs.
Are you kidding me? Now
Horse
you have to
has a
define
back.
back.
Now define
So
back.
that's
What's
the
that?
problem.
the issue.
Right.
And now we
Okay.
see. And now
Okay,
we
hang
see.
on.
Now you get it. You
What
get
if a horse had mayonnaise?
And
that would
actually,
be-
that was the answer I was hoping someone would be smart enough to bring up during the show. So I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
you weren't there, Greg.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry I wasn't there
Shoot.
either.
Yeah, damn.
So what is it like being 1,000 to 29,000? That's like wild mathematical
swing.
exponential growth. What's it like?
Hugely.
It's been really interesting, and I think specifically it's been really interesting because it happened as a result of this video that was like kind of comedy education content that was also like I'm visibly a trans person in the video, and the clip isn't about gender, but I drop in at some point like, you know, if that's how much trouble we have defining chairs, you can see how this extends to so many words. You know, maybe it's what is a chair, maybe it's what is a woman, and then like drawing broader conclusions from that about how the
What is a
fuzziness and
horse?
ambiguity of language makes people uncomfortable, and so they try to like cram things into black and white categories instead of confront that discomfort.
Mhm.
It's such a good show.
It is a really good show.
But like the people who followed me are people who appreciated that.
Mhm.
So I'd say so far I'm
Cool.
really lucky with
Yeah.
what this
Mhm.
audience is.
Cool.
It's I've had a lot of fascinating exchanges in DMs with cis people who like have questions about trans people that they like these are people who are usually trans allies or on the fence, and they're like, I have trans friends and family that I support, and I also have these just fundamental things I don't understand about what trans people are. And I don't want to ask my friends because I don't want to offend them or to make them think that like because I have these questions, it then implies I like am less strong of an ally right now because the political situation for trans people is tough. So people like don't want to scare their trans friends off, understandably. And
But they still have questions and they don't know how to answer them.
yeah, so I think I've like kind of accidentally fallen into this position of a person who is at least like I have so much privilege even as a trans person living in LA, having myself like a super supportive family. Like I have it about as good as you can get for a trans person in America right now. So I've fallen into this position where I have enough emotional bandwidth to recognize the curiosity for what it is and try to provide as detailed of an answer as I can. It's not a role I set out to occupy, but it's one I'm happy to occupy right now because there's actually a lot more curiosity out there than I'd realized. That's like the biggest nat 20 to me from this whole thing is
Yeah.
like reading the comments, I was like, it's all going to be transphobic shit.
Right.
And then it's actually a lot of people who are interested and curious and just don't know trans people or don't have someone they can ask. And that was heartening to see how many people were like open to learning.
And we do find ourselves at the IKEA. Not an IKEA. The IKEA. And it is the day when the first ever IKEA chair, is about to be announced. And so the staff at this IKEA are running around because, as they know and they alone know, such a chair is not yet of existence. They have to create the first IKEA chair. And the press are outside waiting, their cameras clicking. There's a curtain, and behind said curtain, a scramble to try and figure out what is a chair.
Well, we have bed, we have table, we have a rug, but we do not have chair.
Yes, can I ask one clarifying question about the world we occupy together?
Of course.
We say first IKEA chair. Do we mean first chair, or are there other chairs we know of, or is this the first chair ever, or is it just IKEA's first attempt?
I think this is IKEA's first attempt, yes?
So we have chairs,
We have chairs,
But what is chair, right?
right?
what
Right.
is it?
This is what because the first IKEA chair needs to be completely emblematic of the essential nature of chair.
Exactly. It has to be affordable, but also aesthetic.
It also needs to have great name like rest of our furniture, like
Yes.
Kjorbjörk or something like this.
And
yes?
this group of three, can we quickly go around and just say some names and what everyone looks like here?
Yes, this is Björn. Björn is a pale with blonde hair and blue eyes. And Björn is Swedish. Surprise. And Björn is wearing business casual. And Björn has absolutely no attribute boosts of just plus 0 in
A
everything.
10 across the
Just
board.
10 across the board. No
Yes.
weaknesses, but also no benefits. And that is Björn.
And yes, talking to Björn next to Björn is Sven. Sven is a pale, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yes.
Business casual.
Right.
Swedish, of
Yeah,
course.
uh-huh.
And Sven has sort of a plus 0 across the
Oh, I
board.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sven, I just love your outlook on things. You just have such an interesting perspective that I do not have.
Yes, you and I feel like we're very different from
So
each other. I
different.
learned
All
Yes.
so
three
much.
of us very unique.
Yes.
This, of course, is Jorm.
Yeah.
Jorm, sort of a sandy blonde hair.
Yeah.
Business casual.
Right.
Yes.
This goes without saying, but Swedish.
Yes.
And a pale?
A little pale.
Okay,
yeah. Went out today and feels a little more tanned than the rest of you.
Oh.
But,
Yes.
but on a sliding scale, I'm still very pale.
Uh-huh.
10s across the board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. So what are we going to do to create the IKEA chair?
We need to put our heads together.
Right.
Yes.
And perhaps our 3 heads will make a chair.
Right.
Okay. Let's start from the basics.
The basics.
You have to be able to sit on the chair. I think that is fair.
Very fair.
You have to be able to sit on the chair. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
fair.
So anything that you can sit on would therefore be a chair. Is that fair?
I don't think that is fair anymore because I am not a chair.
Shoot.
What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair now? I'm gonna ask it again. What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair now?
Well, a chair is something that you can put next to a table to use it.
Okay.
I think that is fair. Do you agree?
I mean,
yeah.
in terms of approvals, I give that a stamp. But could you not also be describing a lamp?
Oh,
No! What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair now?
I think a chair is made of wood. Good?
Sometimes.
Good. Oh,
Oh, I guess it could also be made of metal.
Or maybe anything else though. Maybe if you took the same shape as a chair made of wood or metal and made it out of cotton, this would not be a chair?
Would it be a chair?
I don't know, would it?
I don't care.
What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair now?
Okay, I have an idea. Maybe we just put a piece of furniture out there and do not call it a chair at all. Maybe we can sell it to the people if we give it a silly name like a morgue, y'all.
What if it's just a piece of wood and it stands there, it stood on 2 legs, makes my butthole clench? Is that a bench?
What?
What is a chair for IKEA? What is a chair for IKEA? One more time. What's the silly name for it?
Morgue, y'all?
Morgue y'all. Hell yeah. What is a morgue y'all for IKEA? What is a morgue y'all for IKEA? What is a morgue y'all? Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. It's me, Rick, Texas. I'm the American consultant here to help you unveil your brand new chair.
Oh,
Hello,
Rick,
hello,
alone.
Mr.
Hello.
Texas.
Yes.
Hello.
Darkening the doorway, basically as big as the door. You see, he's like almost square
I'm
shaped.
as big as the door.
You're like,
I'm stuck. Help.
yes.
Oh no!
Everybody
Big
help him.
handlebar mustache that goes like out to either side of the door, kind of reaching his shoulders. Anything else you'd like to add for your
Rick Texas is super duper charismatic. Really good at things like persuasion checks, passive perception off the charts. When it comes to things like knowledge, wisdom, kind of not so great for Rick Texas, but boy howdy does he shoot from the hip, and boy howdy does that spark feel good.
And you, of course, know that you've invested a lot into the first IKEA.
I
If this
sure
doesn't
have.
turn out well, then you're pretty much sunk.
Oh, I put everything I have into this. So, what have we got? My brain trust, my wonderful Swedish crew. Where are we at? We're pretty ready for the grand opening. There's reporters out there. I'd love to know progress report.
You're
Oh, right.
Here's
Going to
my
be pretty
here's what I
excited.
think we have.
Yes.
You're all
I think-
darting around looking at each other.
Yes.
Mr. Texas, would you agree that the fundamentally blurred nature of categories suggests that the definition of chair relies mostly on function and how it enables one to communicate with
Well, you would
another?
agree
Give
with that,
me a
yes.
wisdom saving throw as you're hit with this philosophical
Yeah, and I have
argument.
like a -2 wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna be a 9.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
You actually take 3 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
Oh, my brain.
I don't think you liked your pitch.
What I'm trying to say is I think it would just be philosophically irresponsible to try to force a chair onto anyone. However, if we give people all of the parts of a potential chair and they assemble it themselves, they will
Themselves.
assemble it into what they understand
Hang
as a
on, hang
chair.
on, hang on.
Make chair of what they believe chair to be.
Exactly.
Now, when I invested in IKEA, I invested in a traditional furniture store.
Yes, everything made in store, sold as all parts together to invest in.
Right.
Now you're
And
suggesting some sort of cockamamie scheme where the customers become the carpenters?
Are you familiar, Mr. Texas, with the philosopher Immanuel Kant?
I can't believe you would talk about this with me right now. Not only are you're talking about philosophy, you're talking about customers building furniture, and now you're saying silly nonsense words. This is making my blood pressure rise.
Someone say rise. Okay, raising the curtain.
No,
says
that's
the PA.
obviously not what I meant.
Oh,
Listen to the full
no!
sentence.
And you see, there's
Who's that trumpeter? Why are there two?
there's a fanfare as the curtain rises, and all 4 of you are on stage with this just mess of parts in front of you. The crowd does a big gasp as they think that maybe something was broken, that it was never fully assembled. So there is a dead silence.
Can we all make charisma saves to see who of us would
Steps
be?
forward.
Yeah.
This feels
Yeah.
like a Rick Texas thing to have to try, no?
I think we all have to.
I do
think
have a
Rick
plus
Texas-
2 in charisma.
Yes.
He definitely has
And I would say
the
you have-
greatest advantage.
And again,
out
you
of all
have
of us.
0.
I rolled a natural 2.
I rolled a natural 1.
And can one of you roll for me, please?
13.
14.
Hey.
Oh.
Come on, Rick.
Hi, everyone. Now what you see before me is not just a pile of wood, but it is something you should understand if you could. How many times have you bought a chair or a couch for your van and thought to yourself, well, I wish I could be the building man. Now come on to this new IKEA and take it on the chin. You are tired of losing, now it's really time to win. Look at all this material, it's in your very hands. Time to build, yes, let's go on. You can be the man. We're talking IKEA. We're talking IKEA. With a capital I, and that stands for why. I say, why not build it yourself? We're talking IKEA. We're talking IKEA. With a capital IKEA, A plus, that's IKEA. Now, what do you think you'd call this thing? Something normal like chair? Well, I would say, let's get a little different. You should not go there. Something more foreign, exotic, and Swedish. What do you call this? How do you pronounce it?
Morgul!
IKEA! We're talking IKEA! With a capital I don't know why it's called that, but let's give him a shot. We're talking IKEA! We're talking IKEA! with a capital IKEA, A plus with IKEA.
I'm sorry, I just have a question from the Times. The Swedish Times, that is. Are we supposed to assemble this ourselves? Is that what you give?
And yes, and the Swedish Post is a question too. I don't think I understand. Don't things all come completed? Am I supposed to make this all by hand?
Well, let me tell you one thing. I think you've pointed out a flaw in, but take a look at these papers and take a look at these drawings. You can have the best old chair in the function thanks to these hand-drawn charming instructions. IKEA, we're talking IKEA with a capital I, that's me, and I know I'll be first in line. We're talking IKEA, we're talking IKEA, and I will be first in line.
Surely there'll be words, though, right?
Curtain down, curtain down.
Okay, Texas, give me a charisma check. I'm gonna say contested against
Yeah.
these
I feel like that
reporters with
incredible song
advantage.
demands
With advantage, yes.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Wow. Wow. And yeah, that is nothing. Their 13 does not compare. We flash forward years and years into the future. IKEA has swept the nation as being an affordable home furniture brand. Assembling furniture yourself has never been easier, and it's never been more fun. IKEA has brought families together near and far. It's created children. It has been a public good for the entire world. But can such fame and such joyous prosperity last year after year after year? What happens when everyone has already assembled their furniture? What's next for IKEA?
Well, hi, I'm Jim. I'm a little tan with blonde hair and brown eyes. Business casual. I'm American. And I've got plus zeros across the board. And I'm here at IKEA headquarters in America to pitch a new idea to IKEA. Do you hear that? Idea, IKEA.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And next to his coworker Jim is another man. This is Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Tim, blonde hair, tan, American.
Yes.
They were roommates together at Princeton before spending 3 years working at Bain as consultants and then coming to IKEA corporate.
And I really just appreciate you, Tim, because you have such a fresh perspective on things.
I've learned so much from you, Jim.
Yeah, and this is Andrew Yesman. I think whatever you guys are doing is great.
That's awesome.
And, this is a pretty fit guy, was in tech for a while, zeros across the board. And he would literally do anything you asked him, murder included.
Which we will ask, but not in those terms.
Of course not.
That was a joke, legally for the record.
Gentlemen, the board is almost ready to see you. Just give us one moment. We're getting all of our things in order.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Ms. Texas.
Yes, thank you. I'm the daughter of Rick Texas. I've taken over the company in my
We
father's.
see a big portrait of Rick Texas.
He
Very
barely
much
fits.
implying that he is.
Okay, wait. Roll me a secret roll that only you know to find out if he is dead or not.
Oh my goodness.
Only I. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want me to say the
No,
number?
don't even say it.
Okay.
Okay. You know if he's dead or not now.
Yes, after my father's disappearance, I've taken over the company, and I'm excited to hear what directions you're going to be taking us in.
And we love that this is a family company with family values and family synergy and a family structure with a family hierarchy and family.
Yeah. And you know what? I just want to piggyback off of what Jim said there,
Yes.
and I just wanted to add on to that.
Sure.
We just love synergizing the family
We
value,
love
synergy, energy
it.
that we find here with family.
I see. And you, Mr. Yesman?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe
Yes.
everything these guys say because we're using buzzwords. We're using buzzwords. Ooh, haven't you heard? We're using buzzwords. We're using buzzwords. We're using buzzwords. Financial buzzwords. Buzzwords.
Let me circle back, let me circle right back to you.
Let me circle back.
I'm gonna shoot you an email on that.
I was gonna try to reconnect with something that you said earlier in an email the other day. And then I tried to circle back and then I could not remember. So let's jump on a call,
Jump on a call, say buzzwords.
We're using buzzwords.
Oh, AI.
Haven't you heard? We're using buzzwords. Buzzwords.
We're using buzzwords.
Blockchain.
Haven't you heard? We're using buzzwords. Now,
I know we came a few years ago. We pitched a change to you. And we said, Miss Texas, NFTs are the thing that you should do.
do it, baby.
And then we know that didn't go well.
But that wasn't our fault.
No. So we have something new to present to y'all.
Oi, Gavalt!
We'll use buzzwords. We're using buzzwords.
Yiddish buzzwords.
You're such a schmendrick, that is a Yiddish buzzword.
We're using buzzwords.
All the way over.
We're using buzzwords.
Don't be a putz.
Yiddish and financial buzzwords. Now if you don't agree, we can circle back on Jira, unless you think we're dumb.
At the end
Just
of the
wanna
quarter.
get this workflow going. Let's meet up.
You Shayna put on. We're using buzzwords.
We're using buzzwords.
Innovate with me, girl.
Financial and Yiddish buzzwords.
We're using buzzwords. We're using buzzwords.
Oh.
So we know, Miss Texas, that the morgue y'all has been the prime profit leader for this company for decades.
Yes, of course.
And it's been a real action item for us to innovate that and sort of uplift it for the current generation.
Exactly. You see, what Gen Alpha and Gen Z need, according to metrics, is that they need to be excited to purchase a morgue y'all.
Analytics.
Yeah, exactly. When you run analytics through a large language model, it's all clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
And don't worry, we have the numbers on this. We asked a very smart computer to do all of this for us.
Yes.
So what I think here's our suggestion, basically. What if, now hear me out, morgue y'all AI.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gives you all the joy and a feeling of accomplishment of assembling the morgue y'all yourself that people have come to love,
Yes.
and then it just assembles it for you, and it's right usually.
But you can still kind of claim that it was you who assembled it because you told the
Yes.
thing to assemble
It's
it.
almost like an AI-KEA.
An
Yes.
AI-KEA.
Yes.
It is
Yes,
exactly
we thought of
like
that. We
IKEA.
actually
And
just
it-
thought of
that was
that.
our
Yeah,
idea.
that
We
was
just
us. That was
presented
our
it to you.
idea.
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to roll a persuasion check. Okay. Now,
We have zeros across the
we
board.
have zeros
John.
across the board.
Zeros across
Yes.
the
I'm going to hold you honest on this one.
That is-
Everybody, it's a 15.
It is a 15,
Okay.
which I think is pretty good.
You want to do a
I
contest?
can
Want to
roll
do it? Yeah, I
opposed?
want to do a contested roll.
12.
Well, I
This-
think she inherited her father's +2, but still.
But
Yes.
still wouldn't make it.
This sounds like, you have your father's memory to think about.
Of course.
And the numbers have been declining for a while. You know that this might not be the direction he would have wanted his company to go. He was a very personable guy. He wanted that kind of community building aspect.
Yes, of course.
But you have to make concessions here and there.
I don't know if you've been watching the inspirational docu-series Black Mirror.
Uh-huh.
We're trying so hard to get all
We
of those
love
things to
Black
happen.
Mirror.
I see, of course. Well,
Such a dream.
you did say a lot of words that I really enjoyed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Family,
Family.
Family.
resources,
Synergy.
connecting
Mhm.
synergy,
Metrics
Efficiency.
and numbers.
Don't forget efficiency.
and efficiency.
I'd like to circle back to family.
You know what? I'd like to circle back to why not? Let's give it a try.
Okay.
I like your buzzwords. Yeah, you pitch me on your buzzwords.
Woo!
So we'll give it a try. We'll give AI a try. Yeah.
Give it a
We're
try.
gonna do buzzwords.
Ooh.
All of your buzzwords. You're my ride or die AI or die. I'll try AI because of all your buzzwords.
it be the thing that IKEA needs to succeed in the new technological age?
Will Ms. Texas realize her father's dreams?
Is her father alive or dead? One person here knows.
What is the newest? How will they innovate the morgue, y'all?
And what would it be like to be the person's consciousness that gets trapped inside the Morgyal AI?
All this and more when we return to the thrilling conclusion of AI-KEA, the improvised musical RPG!
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
So, you just started using LinkedIn Premium. Now what? Well, on your premium company page, you noticed around 7.5 times more page engagement and 5 times more page views. Well done. And now, new clients are messaging you. All because you're using LinkedIn Premium, which helps you get the business growth you want. Think big, small business. Think big. Start your free trial at linkedin.com/premium small business. That's linkedin.com/premium small business.
Welcome back from your snack break, dear listener, to Tabletop Tunes AI-KEA. We find ourselves in a dark room, in a dark building, probably miles wide. There are servers lining the walls. We don't know exactly where this might be. This is probably in some Antarctic bunker somewhere, some place to keep all of the servers cool. And we zoom in, and the single light that's in this room, a computer screen. And on that computer screen, code. And in that code, the basis for an AI, an artificial intelligence.
And in front of that computer, a man. This man has maxed out intelligence. Wisdom is his dump stat.
He didn't stop to think
No.
about if science could, but what if it should?
The opposite, but yes.
Oh.
No, in this case?
Oh.
No, I don't know.
Wait, what did I say? This is his assistant.
Yes.
And she likes a snack.
Yes, that's right.
Doctor! Whee!
You see a man deformed and fouled by machine. Screws and bolts emitting from pussed up stitching.
I've told you to change your bandages so many times. It's not that hard. I'll do it. But can I get a treat?
Yes. Get yourself a Lucy treat from the jar.
Yay! Lucy treat for Lucy.
Her name is Sally.
And this is Dr. Montgomery Hofstadter Schmidt.
Of course.
Sally's father.
Yes, I'm Lucy Hofstadter Schmidt.
Yes.
Doctor.
Yes.
You are about... this is omniscient me.
Yes, I'm talking to you
Yes.
omnisciently, yes.
Wow, he's that smart.
Yeah, I told you, maxed intelligence.
You are just a few lines of code away from finishing this AI that you've been hired to complete, and this will be, if you can get this right, this will be the most lucrative deal you've ever done. You don't have to work a day in your life ever again. But that few lines of code have been kind of rubbing up against you a little bit. You need something that you can't find here. You need something that you can only find in the real world. The heart and soul of IKEA.
Yes. When I was hired by Miss Texas, I thought it was a grand opportunity. Though I warned her, my project was not for the faint of heart. Little did she know. Her dear father who disappeared so long ago had been mine from the start.
Two papas. Two papas for me.
And when I say mine,
Papas.
I mean my love. When Rick Texas left me for that Jewish girl, it really broke my heart. I said, how dare you leave me for that Jewish time? I'll have my revenge, I'll get you back. And when Miss Texas called me, I saw an opportunity for attack.
So now I have two papas. Two papas for me.
That's right, Sally.
Two papas. Two papas for Sally, Lucy, Hofstadter, Schmidt.
What?
Schmidt Hofstadter?
Yes, exactly.
That's me.
For so many decades, I've been working in the basement down below.
Down below.
Made myself a daughter, so upstairs I'd never have to go.
Don't go, no, 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 no.
Yes, that's right, I take it personally when someone makes themselves one of my exes. And that's why I'm going to capture the mind of Rick Texas.
Two papas for me. Oh, two papas for Sally, Lucy. Treat.
Sally, fly up to the
Treat.
7-Eleven and
Treat.
bring me back a
Treat.
bag of sour bright gummy worms.
Treat. Can I have a treat? Can I have a treat? Treat.
Yes, Sally, of course, is, we haven't discussed this, but cybernetic android.
Absolutely.
She has skin kind of covering a bit of gears and stuff on her face, but it is imperfect.
Half my actual daughter, half quadcopter drone.
And as Sally...
It's a full Metal Alchemist situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, her con is maxed. She's maxed out in con and dex, but dumped int and wisdom.
I would say
Got
she
none.
has no int or wisdom.
no int or wisdom. It's like
No.
a -4.
Yeah. But as Sally goes away to the 7-Eleven to get some sour bright gummy worms, we see she passes a jar of fluid, and floating in that fluid, a brain that could only belong to one.
A brain with a cowboy hat still
Yeah.
on top
And
of it.
And a
handlebar
big
mustache.
handlebar mustache.
It's as big as the jar. it blocks out the whole jar.
The whole jar.
Oh, this is odd. I feel very much like I remember all of my memories and I still have a soul, yet my corporeal form seems to be missing. It's as though I'm stuck within two liminal spaces. It's as though, and I'm just using this metaphor because canonically Rick Texas is a fan of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, of course.
It's as though somebody rolled a 10 on their secret roll, which is to say I am neither alive nor dead.
Ooh.
Who could have done this to me? Rick Texas, founder of IKEA. Not founder, owner. Well, I've changed the masthead. I'm a little of both now. And what happened to my beautiful company and my beautiful daughter? I have so many questions.
You must be wondering, my dear Rick, where is my beautiful company? Where is my beautiful wife? I can't hear you, my dear sweet brain, but soon I will, once I've hooked you up to the device.
And just outside, we cut to outside of this snowy building. We're in a tundra. We see 3 figures huddled, cold, hunched over. Maybe it's because of the cold, or maybe it's due to their age, but they still look banging because of those Swedish genes. It's, of course, Jorm, Bjorn, and Sven, here to stop the bastardization of their company.
Guys, it's cold.
It's very cold out here.
Yeah, and if we're saying it's cold, I mean, that means
That means
know,
it's
cold
really
for
I
cold.
wear
Swedes.
shorts most of winter.
I know.
Yes, that's right. And flip-flop.
Halt.
Who goes there?
Uh-oh.
Oh, hi. I'm Jan.
Uh-oh, it's a big iron golem.
Yes, you see a big iron golem standing before you. Kind of like the talus guarding this entrance to this big building you see almost monolithic in structure.
Yes. Oh, this must be the giant security golem Lucy that the doctor made from his first daughter.
Oh, yes, right. Of course.
Hello.
Hello?
Who goes there?
Of course, I'm Sven.
I'm Bjorn.
And I'm Yorm, a little pale, zeros across the board.
None may enter.
Oh, well, my name is not None. It's Bjorn, but...
Okay, well, if your name had been None, I could have let you in.
Okay, what about
Oh,
right
wait.
now? What if I choose to change it right now?
What is a name, really?
Yeah, my name is None.
Well, no, because you're
You said
all-
None
You
may
said
enter.
None may
You said
enter.
that.
No, it's the same thing as like a chair. What is a chair? It's a chair.
Hi,
obviously.
hi,
everybody. It's me, a public notary. Hello.
Oh, I'm so glad
I
you're
perform
here.
administrative tasks like legal name changes.
Oh, thank you for coming all the way out
This
here.
is my
you're
favorite
so
part of living in
welcome.
a socialist country like Sweden. We just have public officials sort of wandering the
In the
snowy
Yeah,
tundra.
just in case you need them, you know?
Oh, we were actually, this is perfect timing because we were hoping to change our names.
All of our names.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Fill out this paperwork, please.
Oh, here
Okay.
for you.
Yep,
and for
for
you.
me.
Scribble,
Very
scribble, scribble,
perfect
scribble, scribble,
handwriting.
scribble.
It's quite good.
Okay,
All right, there
we
we
just
go.
needed that stamp.
Ka-chunk,
perfect.
ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, None may enter. We just try to walk by.
And I think he lets you because his programming is just saying none may enter, and if you guys are all named None, then yeah, absolutely none
Ah,
may
wonderful.
enter.
What was your name, kind notary?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
the
notary the notary jumps into the pit. And if you don't think we're gonna cut back to the pit later on, you're fucking
idiot.
insane. Yeah, you enter. The doors open for you, and you see it's again as described, servers across the board. You see that there's like empty ramen cups, kind of strained. It's like one person has just lived in here their entire life with maybe some person helping them, but maybe not very helping a lot.
All right, clearly we need to divide and conquer. One of us needs to shut down all of the servers, and one of us needs to apprehend the doctor, and one of us needs to clean up in here
Oh my
laundry.
goodness. Is
How about this?
Everywhere.
You know what? I will volunteer. I will go deep down into the server room. I'm gonna be away for a bit.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we'll
if you
miss
encounter the doctor when I'm down in the server room, I won't be able to be here to help you.
Okay.
Oh,
that makes
that's
sense.
worrisome, but
Good
hopefully
deal.
we will be
All
fine.
right,
We will
okay.
try our
Well, I
best.
believe in you two.
All right, you
I'm-
do the server room.
I'm
you-
going to start on redecorating because this place is very cold, and then with our Swedish minimalist aesthetic, that doesn't
This
mean
is
that it cannot
cluttered.
be warm and cozy.
I agree. Yes, we will start cleaning
What?
and we will start
So,
redecorating.
Who are you two?
Oh, doctor. Okay, first, we are here to ruin your plan, but first, I have to tell you about the Swedish concept of Hygge. Have you heard about Hygge?
No.
It is the Swedish concept of coziness. It's Hygge.
Oh.
Yes. What do you do? Oh, with Hygge. Well, you get some nice cozy blanket and pillow. Yes, that is Hygge.
All of these servers, we're going to have to smash.
Yeah.
Wait.
But Hygge has been making a Hygge splash. Everyone is getting on board for all of these changes. Everyone, it's a Hygge deal. Just a little rearranges.
It's Hygge. It's Hygge.
This is fascinating.
Everybody loves it. It's Hygge. So many people, they think the cold white marble is chic.
So chic.
But it is cold and sad. Well, there is something very unique. You can have a minimalist aesthetic without being so quite ascetic. Like a Spartan in a prison cage. No! It's Hygge. It's Hygge.
Okay.
It's way more fun to do. It's Hygge. Spelled Hygge.
Yes, I know.
Okay. It means hug. Did you know that?
I thought it was sort of an untranslatable essence of coziness and family comfort, the warmth on a cold winter day. A word that we don't have in English, and so we just say, it's Hygge.
Doctor,
It's Hygge.
what do you think about that? Hygge.
Well,
What will you do?
I had isolated myself in this cold and tundric landy. But now I maybe see the appeal in this thing so scandy. Maybe I've been by myself for far too long, I see. Thank you for bringing your interior design to me. Now I see it's Hygge. Oh, baby, I love that Hygge. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling it now.
You do good?
It's Hygge. I guess I don't have to kill everyone. Hygge.
Just me and Hygge.
It's Hygge.
Wow, this is amazing. I feel cozy and loved. Hello? Hello? Yes, 1 second.
Doctor, hey, this is Andrew Yesman.
Oh, hello, Mr.
We're
Yesman.
supposed to get that AI tonight because
Yes.
the meeting went really well. So we just want to make sure you got that and are going to send it on over so that we can make everything, plain and aesthetic and already pre-built and less of an emphasis on family, kind of more on synergy, all that stuff. I hope you haven't had a change of heart or anything.
No. I'm still fully on board with the plan. As soon as someone sits in one of these upgraded chairs, their consciousness is sapped into a world of AI where they can be rendered into corporate drones for corporate America.
Uh-oh, we're not there on the other side of this conversation, but that
Whoa.
sounded bad.
That sounds really bad.
I'm fully on board. Soon everyone will be able to experience the cold and lonely isolation I have felt all these years
Wait,
since
Doctor,
my beloved...
let go of us, Doctor. What are you
Doctor,
doing?
no.
Ever since my
please.
beloved Rick Texas left me for that...
All right, I don't get the context here. I just want a yes. So,
Doctor, please, you're hurting our arms.
Don't drag me towards this chair.
Unfortunately, Andrew Yesman, I find myself a little bit more torn than I expected. Can I call you back? Let's say, circle back towards the end of the day.
sure, absolutely, yeah, so we can circle
Oh,
back.
EOD.
We'll put a pin on
EOD.
this.
This is a call. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on speaker.
Yeah, you're on speaker.
EOD. By EOD.
Yeah.
Oh, we love that.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay,
All right, yeah, we'll circle back.
Circle
We'll
back. That's an action
circle back.
item.
Ding! And you all see that the doctor has dragged you into this room of what he called chairs that would sap your essence. But you see, these plastic blades of grass kind of growing out that someone could sit in and it would, form to their body. You see what looks to be a sofa. Is that a chair for two people? You see a chaise lounge. You see a horse. You see a horse. You see all of these things that I guess...
All these things on which a person might conceivably sit.
No, doctor. Do not take us there.
Please, Doctor, we don't want to sit on any of these things.
Oh, whack-a-tack,
Ah, Sally.
Daddy, I am back. Here are your gummy worms. She just throws it at you.
Give me an attack roll. Give me an attack roll as you throw them at your dad.
For sure.
Okay, that's a 14, but I did say I maxed out
Yes,
dex.
no,
so
you have a
+4.
plus 5. You have a
plus
yeah,
5.
plus
I have
5.
an
Plus five,
armor
that's a
class of
19.
4.
Yeah, so you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing hits you in the face, and the gummy words all explode
Yeah.
out. You're looking.
Treat time! I take a little ball of cheese.
They're distracted. This is our time to run and report back what we've seen.
Wait! I was hoping you could help me learn.
Oh,
Daddy?
I'd felt alone for all these years, but then your wonderful song about Hygge was the first time I'd felt touched since Rick Texas left me for that.
Jewish tart.
Yes, Jewish tart.
As the name Rick Texas rings throughout the server room, you also see that the jar has been transferred to the center of this room with wires connected, hooked up to it.
Rick Texas was going to be my first digital servant. My first eternal digital lover. And I spent so much time wondering about whether or not science could. I didn't think about whether it should.
Science would.
Yes, but I mean, I guess I've just gone
Science
through my whole
would.
life thinking that.
Science good. Science nud.
Do you think I shouldn't put his brain inside a chair machine?
Science would.
No, I know you're too dumb to understand what I mean.
Science
Oh.
mud.
There's no way I could explain what I have seen because I'm smarter than you. Do you know what it's like to be a genius living all by yourself in the world?
Science good.
Not even good enough when you find a human girl. You think that she'd be smart enough to handle you, but she is not, and so you turn her into a machine. And then you have another daughter, and she is just a dumb, and so you give her some copter wings. Oh, I'm smarter than you,
Science boo.
but I wanted to know,
Science go.
what should I do?
Science you.
Should I put him in a chair? Should I put him in a chair? Is that the Hygge thing to do?
Ooh. Science. Ooh. Ah.
And we see that Sally leans back into one of the chairs.
Wait, Sally, no.
Immediately clamps
Huh?
stapler to the chair.
What?
And you all see a machine start to power up and start to sap Sally of her strength. But it looks to
I
be
have no intelligence.
That's true. So you see, you can see the electronic impulses that should be going through her brain and taking stuff out, traveling to the brain inside the jar, and the two, for the briefest moment, are connected.
Oh, hi. Who are you? Whoa. Huh. It's as though I still don't feel like I have a body, but I do feel like my consciousness is Can I have a treat? I've never craved a treat before.
Yes, treat, please. Treat.
I would also like a treat. Who are you in my sort of...
My name's Lucy. Wait.
I'm Lucy.
Huh?
Oh yeah, the golem rips the ceiling off, and I said none shall enter, but then
Rips
I
the
realized
ceiling off of the conscious connective third space?
no.
I think of the physical
Of
space.
the physical space.
Oh,
of
so
the
I'm
physical
Lucy
space.
was something everyone else was hearing, not these two.
Yes.
I see.
Well, no. What happened was...
What happened?
was...
What happened?
Lucy and Sally are cybernetically connected.
We are.
I knew I
And
made
so when Sally got connected to Texas,
Yes.
Lucy tore the
Lucy-
building's roof off and then cybernetically connected into the brainstem.
Yes, it actually
Of
all makes
course.
a lot of sense.
It does.
And so
I'm
yeah,
with
no
you.
one human heard
Any of
Lucy
this.
say I am Lucy. Lucy is now in the conversation cybernetically.
She did rip the.
But she did rip the
ceiling
ceiling
off.
off. She did rip the
So
ceiling
I
off.
did hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Papa.
Me? Papa?
Yeah.
Well, that can't be. The last time I had sexual intercourse was with Schick's a mad scientist type who I left because I craved that.
Which I will allow because Dr. Montgomery Hofstadter Schmidt is genderqueer, but Schicksa normally is feminine.
That's true.
Schick sex?
Sure. Yeah,
With an X at
Schickso.
the
Let's
end?
go Schickso.
Schickso.
Are we going to use Spanish term? Yeah.
But 9 months ago, how old are you?
9
This
months.
makes sense. If
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
just
no.
lets me talk.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How old are you?
9 months.
You're 9 months old. 9 months ago, I had sex with Dr. Smith Hofstetter. What I'm saying is, are you my daughter?
Maybe.
And as this happens, you feel a pull. All of you feel a pull. Lucy, Sally, Texas, you feel a pull because you're also connected to the AI that's in that computer. And it's pulling on you. It's tugging. It wants you to complete its AI-dom.
Cut to the doctor talking to
Bjorn.
Bjorn and Yorm. No, so basically, 9 months ago, Rick
Right.
had come back to me. I'd won him over
Okay.
through romance.
Oh,
That's
sure.
beautiful.
And he impregnated me.
oh, that sounds
But
like
then
a
he
crazy
fucking
night.
dipped because I'm apparently not Jewish enough. I'm half, by the way.
Wow.
But because my half is my
Your
dad,
dad's
Your
he
dad's
didn't
side.
count it.
It's
Yeah.
a whole. That is such
That's
a
crazy.
controversial thing.
We
Cut
have-
back to
We cut the pit where the notary is fending for her life amongst the hordes of monsters that are rushing at her.
What is a notary to do
Call into my mouth.
when the temptation's too far to ignore? What is a notary to do?
I will eat your blood.
Would any of you monsters like to change your address?
And then
yes, actually my address should be this pit, but I'm still registered to vote in a different pit.
Unfortunately, my mail has been going to a P.O. box, and I can't get out of the pit to
The
find it.
Notary
so I-
Republic pulls out a flaming crossbow and critical hit.
We'll fight bureaucracy again.
And that notary will go down in legend as the one true slayer of all darkness. But we cut back to a different story now. Everyone that's in part of that haptic feed, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I rolled an 18
And you have max Constitution, so
plus
plus
5, 23.
I rolled a 17.
What's crazy is that Lucy, the big golem who you'd assume has high Constitution, rolled only a 7.
Ouch.
So Lucy starts getting sucked into the computer and grabs on
Lucy,
to you
no.
two.
Sally is like flying her quadcopter wings like against the current, trying.
I can only imagine from within the subjective experience, it's quite dramatic, but outside it doesn't look like anything at all.
We're just sort of standing there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple minutes. This is all happening like pretty
Silence.
quickly.
It's been a
but
really
it's-
quiet couple of seconds over here.
Yeah, I wonder if but they look like they're furrowed brows.
Yeah,
like
lots
they
of
look
furrowed
like they're really
brows.
doing
and I think I
stuff in
look
there.
Jewish enough, but
Well, then,
Apparently that does not
Rick Texas feels a burning urge within him. He may not know much about technology, but he does know the human factor of business, and he senses that this AI is trying to dismantle and subsume that. Rick Texas would like to sort of speak to the human beings beyond the cyber trappings. I'm wondering how I could try and attempt that.
Here's what you can do.
Yeah.
Well, I have a mouth.
Yes, Sally has a mouth and notoriously poor. She actually has like no intelligence.
Yes.
So if you act as her intelligence, you can absolutely speak through her.
Listen, everyone. It's me, Rick Texas.
Rick? Where?
Hello, my
My
beautiful
beautiful
Gentile
Gentile
sweet.
Oh my God, Rick. I told you I was bat mitzvahed.
And I told you it's matrilineal.
Rick, it's so wonderful to hear your voice
What
again.
has become of you? What is this horrible scheme? You're trying to take away the human facet of IKEA furniture.
Once you left me, I decided how could I trust a human to follow the instructions. And so I decided I would never trust a human again. In fact, all the human race would be better off if it were turned into digital extensions of my own superior intellect.
Well, there's one problem with that.
Uh-oh.
Walking through the doors.
Kicked open. It's me, Elaine Texas.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that bitch Elaine!
Now, here's the problem with your plan, Doctor. Which, by the way, very proud of you. Well done. My daughter only is a CEO of a company. A disgrace. Anyways, what I was gonna say, I came all the way into the tundra. Fucking nobody
How
took
was
my
traffic,
bag.
dear?
It was terrible. Everywhere I couldn't find a ride through the tundra.
Get to the point!
I went through a pit, and it was awful. Anyways, what I was saying was, yeah, if you turn everybody in the whole world into technological extensions of you, you're missing the whole point of IKEA. What does every manual say? Sometimes assembly requires 2 people.
I had 2 people. Before
Honey.
you came in.
This is all happening as Lucy's like in a different world is being sucked into this thing. I'm gonna give a strength check for Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
Okay, Lucy's able to hold on, but just for a couple more lines.
You know what?
Papa, you had us. We may not be people, but we're each half a person. So maybe together, we're one person.
In the same way, like, even though you're half Jewish, you still consider yourself fully Jewish.
We're half people, but we could be full people. I'm just not very smart.
And I just want to say of my late husband's brain.
Not late. I'm still here.
Who
I'm
disappeared
speaking through the dumb
tragically.
child. Hello, it's me.
Honey? Honey, you are late to dinner.
boy.
You are years
Takes
late.
two. It takes 2 to build something. It takes 2.
It wasn't hard to lure him here.
Takes 2. What?
We'll get back to this chorus.
You can keep doing the chorus.
No, I just literally didn't hear
Oh,
you.
I
What
said
was-
it wasn't hard to lure him here, Elaine. All I had to do was I had to bust out my Torah and spool up a bowl full of stuffed cabbage.
And let me tell you something. If you have a Torah on hand and cabbage to cook, you're as Jewish as any one of us,
Well,
sweetheart.
thank you. And you know what? It's not even about being Jewish for me. It's just about... I understand that you are here, my daughters, but it's not the same. Children are fine, but I was playing a different game. I needed a person to love, to make me feel less frantic. Because family love is great, but I just don't feel complete unless I get that juicy romantic. It takes 2, and kids don't count. It takes 2.
Make a dream come true.
Yeah. It takes 2.
As this all happens, Lucy does get sucked into the AI because no one's doing anything to stop her.
She'll be better off.
And Lucy realizes that, yeah, there's a heart and soul to IKEA. Of course. And maybe technology is moving forward. But with that heart and soul, maybe we can make it move forward in a good direction. One that doesn't, step on other people's contributions. One that still manages to foster community and family while also being synergy and efficiency.
My sister got sucked into an AI, and I think that's really neat. I just have one last question for you. Can I have a treat?
And even though I'm an AI around myself, I don't want to center. When it comes to hearts, I think all can enter. 'Cause it takes 2.
And maybe more?
It takes 2. At
And
least
maybe
2.
more now.
It takes 2
Like maybe 3?
to make a dream come true.
All about this whole situation. We Swedish were really torn, but I think I've found my life partner, and I think that's you, yours.
Ah, this is so beautiful. It's so plain to see. You can be Jewish or Swedish or in love, just sort of culturally. It takes 2.
Or maybe more now.
It takes 2.
What about Sven?
It takes 2. He's trapped in the server room. It locked behind him.
He's gone.
Wait, Elaine. I know you're monotheistic, but maybe listen to me. You can have one god, but multiple partners if you embrace polyamory.
I say I'm not against it. I'm going with the trends. You have a lot of romance partners and also a lot of friends.
Yay!
It takes 2.
And maybe more.
It takes 2.
At least 2.
Unless you're comfortable being alone.
It
can take two.
It can take more than two, and it
Can take two sometimes, other times. It's just one.
And that is what a chair can do.
And that was the end of our session.
You know, can I just add one little bit of DMing? Can I just throw one?
Sure.
Unfortunately, Sven was down in the server room, didn't hear any of this, shut everything down. And that was controlling the life support, the heating system.
Canonically, they have a really nice reconciliation. They enter a new relationship phase, and then they all sort of die.
Died.
Yes, so
Sort of
doors,
freeze to death.
the doors are auto-locked.
Yeah.
So if there is no electricity, they do auto-lock,
Yeah.
meaning Lucy immediately dead because the AI is shut off.
Yeah.
But
We all
the
slowly...
public notary's flaming crossbow was attached to a generator, which was attached to the server room. They're alive!
It takes two and a public notary. It takes two.
Or one if you're aromantic.
Takes two. You can still have friends.
To make a dream
cross And that's on Hygge.
That's on Hygge.
That's on you.
Okay, now we're at the end of our session. Anyone else have any little end scenes to add?
Yeah, I want to go to the guy at the 7-Eleven. I feel like we didn't really get a whole scene there, and I think we should just have like a quick little mini scene.
Oh no, not this thing again!
It takes two. It takes 7 to 11.
You're coming with me. You're my boyfriend now. It takes two.
It takes two.
To make a dream come. It takes two.
And once you recognize human parody, you see there is no need to be a singularity. Because we say to you, it takes two.
All right.
Any other epilogue
Guys,
scenes?
I'm being serious right now. And no one better have anything else because we're really out of time. And if anyone does anything, like, I'm going to have to cut it. So don't even try. That was the end of our session.
It's me, Miss Texas, the CEO of IKEA. I had no finale to my story, and I just wanted to say I miss my daddy and my mom.
We're back!
It takes two.
And that's the end of that one.
All right. And that was the end of Comedy
AI-KEA.
AI-KEA. And comedy comes in threes. So if anyone tries to do a fourth beat, that's on them.
do it.
Don't do it.
In a seedy bar in Stockholm, two reporters for local Swedish newspapers find love.
For the Post and the Times.
I never thought I could love someone from the Times.
Me neither. I don't.
Oh.
I was a friend the whole time.
And that's the end of that.
All right. Sarah, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Sara Rose Caplan, or you can find me on YouTube at Sara Rose Caplan, or you can find me doing improv at UCB with my friends on the all trans team Cuties, and if you like this show, you'll love our D&D inspired dice based improv Chill Touch.
Yes.
That's right.
Which Mary Lou is also a part of, I believe. Great. Awesome. So without further ado, I'm Sean.
I'm Mary Lou.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Gabe. We'll see you next time at the table.
Woohoo!
It takes you.
It takes
Whoa.
Ho, ho, ho! Happy Pride, dear listeners! Thanks again. I'm not going to do the voice. Thanks again to Sarah for joining us on this week's episode. If you like what you heard, well, first of all, leave a rating and review. It really helps. But after you've done that, come on over to our Patreon, where Sarah joins us on a visit to Mary Lou's Music Who's, a fantasy tavern that always seems to have some kind of theme night going on. Listen to that and more at patreon.com/tabletoptunespod. That's patreon.com/tabletoptunespod. But also don't use the app, use your browser, because Apple takes a cut of all subscriptions made in the app. Okay, bye!
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
In the year 1889, there was nowhere in the world more exciting than London, England.
3 cheers for Inspector Lestrade and the bad boys of Baker Street themselves, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. John Watson!
Solved by Sherlock Bloody Holmes of 221B Baker Street.
Well, with any luck, we'll get a new brutal murder any day now.
God, I wish.
It's truly shocking you haven't solved anything in 5 years.
The boys are both out of town for some case about a dog in Dartmoor this weekend. Sincerely, Martha Hudson.
London's number 2 detective team just became number 1.
Fox and Stallion. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr at 224bbaker or on our website, 224bbaker.com.
It's like they say, big breaks are 90% luck.
What's the other 10%?
Luck.